If you're looking for a brutally honest opinion of what it's like to fly on a Breeze Airways A220 in a premium seat all the way across the country, this is the video for you. And yeah, thanks as always to Surfshark for sponsoring this video. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Terminal A at the Richmond International Airport. This is in Virginia, by the way. My name is Scott. I am the founder and author of SANspotter.com, and I'm here bright and early this morning to catch Breeze Airways flight number 116 to San Francisco. It's a flight that's going to be operated by one of their all-new A220-300s, and I'm going to try out their Nicest seat, which is essentially their version of business class. I'm kind of hoping that it'll be at least halfway decent, as this is going to be a 5.5-hour grind out to the West Coast today. The only problem is the aircraft seems to be missing in action. What do you suppose the odds are of us getting out of here on time this morning? If there's one thing that'll take my mind off missing airplanes and possible flight cancellations, it's catching up with SANspotter business stuff. Yes, this is a business, and y'all should know by now that I depend on Surfshark to keep my data safe when I'm out on the road like this. If you don't know, it's an award-winning VPN with loads of useful features that I depend on when I travel. It'll keep my data safe and secure while on public Wi-Fi, it'll prevent websites and apps from tracking me, and it'll even block ads and malware. I also really like the fact that I can virtually change my location. Not only does this prevent apps and websites to know exactly where I am, it comes in really handy when researching places I want to visit. For example, you'll get better search results for Hong Kong if Google thinks that you're actually there, and not Richmond, Virginia. Anyway, getting access to Surfshark and all of its amazing features is faster, cheaper, and much easier than you might think. Using the promo code SCOTT in conjunction with the link in the description below, you can get Surfshark for 83% off what they normally charge to new subscribers. They're also feeling really generous, so they're going to throw in an extra 3 months on top of that for free. So if you've been on the fence about wanting to give them a try or not, this is the perfect opportunity. Now, what do you say we go check and see if that airplane has arrived yet? $20 says it hasn't. Okay, looks like this review is going to happen after all, as this is the Breeze Airways A220 that is going to be taking me to San Francisco this morning. It's just arriving from Tampa, and I've got to say that this thing looks great. I really do like these A220s. It's probably the best looking commercial aircraft in existence at the moment, and with that livery, oh yeah. Anyway, there was still a bit of time to kill as the ground crew serviced the aircraft, but honestly, it wasn't that long. They got the boarding process started within 20 minutes, and I was actually surprised to hear them announce that it was going to be a completely full flight today. My last Breeze Airways flight was maybe 50% full, so it's really good to see them doing so well. Although, doing well is probably much too kind of a thing to say, considering how many flights they've canceled so far this summer. They're not quite out of the woods yet. The aircraft operating today's flight is just 4 months old, and it smelled like it just rolled off the assembly line. I don't really care how toxic those chemical smells probably are, because there's just nothing quite like the smell of a brand new airplane. Or car. So, here we go. These are the nicest seats on the Breeze Airways A220-300, and of course, those are their words, not mine. At least not yet, anyway. I can tell you, though, that first impressions were pretty good. Legroom was excellent, although it was partially blocked by this bulky seat connection thing. Storage space is generous, especially this side pocket here, and yeah, I think I can agree that these seats do live up to their name. They are nice. I wouldn't go as far as to call them first-class seats, though. Premium economy is more like it, but isn't that what domestic U.S. first class is these days? This is just as good as domestic first class on any other US airline. Of course, I've still got 5.5 hours to solidify that conclusion, but so far, I'm liking what I see. By the way, I even wore my Breeze Airways colors today. Pushback from the gate happened right on time, which is actually kind of surprising considering that this aircraft came in from Tampa about 20 minutes late. Also, with all of the staffing and logistical nightmares that Breeze has been facing so far this year, I can't say that I wasn't expecting the worst. I booked this ticket fully expecting to have to deal with delays, maybe even an outright cancellation, and I was sort of hoping to make the video based around that, but it seems as if this is going to end up being just a normal Breeze Airways review. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, because the nicest seats here on this A220 are pretty sweet. I mean, nice. It's also worth noting that there were some Breeze Airways product development people on board this morning. They were there to assist the flight attendants, as well as to help refine the onboard service experience. So yeah, Breeze Airways is still very much a work in progress. They even told us in the welcome announcement that they're still trying to figure things out, so those of you expecting lobster and caviar as the in-flight meal are probably going to be disappointed. Total flying time out to San Francisco today will be 5 hours and 35 minutes, which I'm assuming will be more than enough time to declare these nicest seats as a good deal or a total ripoff. I paid just $343.92 for this ticket, by the way, so keep that in mind as I show you all the details. First up is this highly unexpected, much appreciated, and somewhat uncomfortable adjustable leg rest. I don't really think it's of much use to anyone under 6 feet tall, but it definitely is a nice perk. This particular aircraft wasn't equipped with an onboard in-flight entertainment system, but it did have some pretty wicked mood lighting, as well as really nice and highly adjustable tablet and phone holders built into the seatback headrests. Oh, and I didn't even notice the storage bin located in the center console earlier, which is pretty cool, especially since it's also where the power outlets and USB ports are. They were a little tight still. So, what do you think? Would you pay $343.92 for this? Wait, before you answer that, I do need to show you what they served for lunch. Actually, before we get to the food, I've got something else to show you. I present to you an adjustable phone and tablet holder built right into the tray table. This is awesome. I've never seen this on any other airline in the US, and it's every bit as convenient as it looks. Lunch, on the other hand, could be classified as disappointing. All they had for us today was a drink and a snack. Although, it was the largest snack bag that I've ever been given in any class of service, on any flight, anywhere in the world. Cheers, I guess. It's not that I don't like Chex Mix, because I do, but I was actually hoping for something just a bit more substantial. And I didn't really need to scarf down the entire bag of this stuff, but yeah. Does anyone know if Breeze Airways has any plans of serving real food anytime soon? That's exactly what's needed to take this to the next level, I think. I'd even be willing to pay for it, but don't tell them I said that. Okay, I know I screwed up. This is the forward lavatory, which looks great, but I've since been told that there is a window in the rear lavatory. That surely would have been a Lou review to remember, so maybe next time. Oh, and did you know that the Breeze Airways livery is actually metallic? It's subtle, and it's a neat design detail when seen in the right light. Speaking of subtle and nice, I'd like to take this opportunity to plug the Moments in the Sky YouTube channel, especially if you crave witty British humor in your airline reviews. Anyway, after 5 hours in the air so far, we've begun the descent into San Francisco, and I think it's safe to say that, yeah, I enjoyed this. The lack of proper food was the only real negative, but Everything else was everything that I hoped it would be, and more. The seats are essentially what you would get in domestic first class on any other U.S. airline, with added bonuses such as leg rests and multiple device holders. And as much as I want to complain about that lack of food and in-flight entertainment, I know that there's little justification for it considering how little I paid for this. I got a good deal, it was totally worth the money, and I'd definitely do it again. And on that beautiful landing, welcome to San Francisco. We actually arrived a few minutes early, which kind of seems like a miracle considering all of the problems they've had bringing the A220s online over the past few months. And since when did Air Canada start flying the A330s to San Francisco? I think I need to try that. Not to get too far off topic, but tell me that's not one of the best airline liveries of all time. I like it. And check this out. Seems to me like someone's a pretty big fan of the Breeze Airways livery as well. Finally, huge thanks as always to the SANspotter patrons, Aaron Slater, David Kelly, Riley Wingo, and everyone else you see here on this list. They're all extremely kind and generous people who help to support this channel. I really appreciate each and every one of them. So, yeah, there you go. That's what it's like to fly on a Breeze Airways A220-300 in the nicest seat from one end of the country to the other. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.